everybody, welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone's doing well. Well, what do you all think? Let me know what you think of the news. What a tremendous couple of days. Well, it's just 2 days now. It's the second day. Last night it was announced that Megxit is happening. Harry and Meghan are stepping back from their senior royal roles and moving away and wanting to move away and spend half the time in North America. So that could be Canada or North America, LA, I guess. This is something we've been saying for a while, that Harry and Meghan are going to be using the media and using the public's mistrust of them and all the Piers Morgans of the world against themselves and saying, look, we are victim to harassment, this, that and the other, when they're actually in one of the most privileged positions in the world. As a British person, we've just been through years of austerity because of the financial crisis. So when you've got your members of your royal family kind of like moaning about their privileged position, it doesn't sit right. It's just kind of like, either, you know, you can't have the best of both worlds. You can't brand yourself and make yourself to be this rich, wonderful person and then still take a wage from the royal family. It just seems so odd. Anyway, I've been saying for a long time with my readings that they will be leaving the royal family and they're going to be using the British press to as an excuse, the British public as an excuse. And yeah, and this is what they're doing. They are leaving. They are going. Somehow they will be gone by the end of the year, I'm guessing, because they've said they were leaving in 2020, but it's kind of started right now. So I've been listening to lots of radio and hearing lots of different opinions on it, but my feeling, and from my tarot readings, I'm really feeling like this is a game they are playing, and they're playing a long game, and I've been saying that for a while. So I want to see how Her Majesty is feeling. She's thinking they've rushed into the situation with a hot head. She thinks they've acted impulsively. She's really kind of, I think she's probably a little bit taken back by it, because the impression here from the Knight of Wands coming striding on, and this is just an impact statement. She's probably reeling a bit. She's been knocked off her steed in a way. Everything is kind of going and flying around with that Knight of Wands energy. She really thinks it's an rash and overly emotional, overly passionate kind of response to what's going on. She really thinks they're really just coming too quickly on it. And this is heartbreaking. So we've got the Six of Cups there in reverse, and she really thinks that Harry's looking back on his past and he's in a dark place with it, and Harry's using his past as an excuse. He's been using it as another weapon so he can get his way, so he can carve out the life he wants. It seems like they have all these excuses that they're going to use to position themselves and to carve out the life that they want, and this is another weapon. So the Six of Cups in reverse is kind of like the feeling like in the upright, it's all childhood memories and romanticized, and backwards it's like looking back on the past and kind of having a skewed view on it. It's not romantic anymore. It's been like weaponized. So that past hurt has been weaponized. The good old Diana card. Eight of Cups. Here we have them walking away. This is what is known about the situation, and this is basically classic people walking away from emotional problems, not dealing with their emotional problems properly. Yeah, so it does look from the outside that they're walking away, which is what the Eight of Cups card is. So my cards are being very fussy and to the point here. They're like, well, we'll tell you the obvious. Let's have a look what's underneath the situation. This is Harry. This is more Harry than we'd like to think it is. There is a lot of people who will be saying it's Meghan, it's Meghan, it's Meghan, but there is a lot. This has really come from Harry. He's probably been hearing Meghan talking about it for so long. His flip it's switched up in his mind. The King of Pentacles here is often regarding an earth sign man, and yeah, here he is. Harry is a Virgo, so he is the source of the problems for them. So this is what's going on. This has actually come from Harry rather than Meghan. I'm not saying they're not in it together, but he's the one who's went, right, we're doing it now. He's the one who's pressed go on it, not Meghan. Harry has. He's the one who's took charge and went, I'm doing this now. Though they were always doing it together, he's the one who's went ahead with it. And that Knight of Wands there could well be showing some emotional immaturity and brashness, and it's also to do with the fire sign, so that could well be Meghan, because she is a Leo. Let's see what's leaving the situation now for the Queen. She really thinks that they couldn't see the good because they were too busy focusing on the bad. We've got the Four of Cups here. We've got a lot of emotional energy here, and there's a lot of bruised egos going on, I feel, because we've got the Eight of Cups there as well. So the Four of Cups, the Majesty is probably thinking that they didn't see what was being offered to them. Everything was skewed, so you would offer them what they wanted, and then they'd change the demands. They'd say, well, what about that? What about this? I want to do this. I want to do that. So it was coming in very changing, that kind of energy. Really kind of, what a horrible thing to do to your 93-year-old grandma, you know what I mean? Properly shocking. Absolutely shocking. Yeah, so the Four of Cups there, yeah, I'm guessing the Majesties, they've been frustrated a while with them. They have tried to work with them, I'm guessing, because we're getting that Four of Cups energy, and just the kind of like the despondentness, and the sheer kind of like playing games, and we can show you one thing, show you another thing, show you another thing, and them rejecting it, and always kind of nothing is ever good enough. And that's going to be a theme I feel, a very big theme with this. So I think Her Majesty has tried, even though they'll get it that, okay, she hasn't. I'll just lay the other cards out here. Her headspace about it. The Queen is trying to bring everyone together and get everybody working on this kind of thing. She's probably trying to downplay it a bit and just bring everyone together. And she's probably having meetings with other members of the family. She's probably getting other members of the family to have meetings with each other and report back to her. But she's very much just trying to work and trying to do things methodically and get things done around that. But what's surrounding it is obstruction, immature emotions, immature demands, things about finances. People are like an inequality with finances. So spendthriftiness, people demanding payouts, people demanding, that's what's really sticking the negotiations. This is more about money than it is about freedom, guys. I really have to say that. This is more about money than it is about freedom. She's hoping that everyone will get on. She's hoping that this can be reassured. She's hoping that her hopes are that there can be finding some middle ground, that there can be a cordiality to it, because I've got the Two of Cups here coming in with all this emotional energy to try and say, like, look, let's just get on with each other. Let's just bond with each other. Let's just be like friendly and nice and just chill. She just wants people to get on, and who doesn't blame her? She's 93 years old. Having this hassle when you're 93 Prince Philip's not a well man. She's got all of this other stuff going on, and she's just like, just behave. Just get on. And I think she's just trying to appease the situation. We are going to get a show of happy families a little bit more from them, and it is probably going to be a facade. We've got the Ten of Cups there. They're going to try and put a little bit more of a united front on, and there will be more kind of, the Sun could be baby news. But that could well be new starts and a new sun on the new day. And a new way of doing things and a new way of looking at things. Interesting. So the Queen is trying to be hopeful. She is trying to be optimistic. Yes, she's very disappointed. She must have had time to sleep on it, because this reading is very much, she thinks it's all can still be sorted out. But can it? But can it? So let us just have a look into how Prince Charles is feeling about this. I am going to be using a slightly different deck of cards for this, because we've used this one. So that is the Queen. She's still trying to make amends, and she's trying to see the good in it. She really is trying to see the good in this. So I'm going to put my Radiant Rider-Waite away. And I am going to get out these. So how is Prince Charles feeling about yesterday's announcement? Yeah, so here we have the Emperor. And he, I would imagine, as this is a starting point from a place of the questions, how do you feel about your son not following protocol? I would say he's going to come down on him like a, these are the boundaries, this is what's what, this is where we go next, and this is how we do it. So he's sticking to the rules. The Emperor is all about structure. It's about masculinity. Yeah, it's about masculinity. It's the daddy figure. It's the father figure. But he is going to be looking at, listen to me. I know what I'm talking about. These are the structure. This is what you need to follow, and this is what you need to do. Wow. Okay. So Charles straight away is saying, nope. See, the Queen is a little bit more concerned, and I think Charles is being a little bit more assertive than the Queen. I don't think we give Charles as much credit as he needs, really. And what's crossing him? Change. He knows that this is going to be tumultuous change. He knows that this is going to be big news. It's because this change is crossing him. It's not change that he expected. It is change that has come very quickly, but he knows it is a life-changing decision he will be making, and he's been forced to make it, and he's been forced to go into full severe dad mode, putting down the boundaries, putting down the rules. Interesting. He's regarding the situation again. We've got money coming up. He thinks they just want to have a bit more status and money. So that's came up twice. That came up in the Queen's reading. There is stuff regarding money, and he is feeling that they think they can make more money than they actually will. He really thinks that they've just got this kind of gallant kind of new plans and plotting to make money, and that's what he is known about the situation. That's what he's probably saying. Oh, it's just them trying to make more money. They're just trying to be self-sufficient, and that's probably the front he's putting on to courtiers. The Page of Cups there, I often get this, and well, for me the Page of Cups is a very immature, emotionally messy childhood kind of thing, and Charles is a Scorpio, so is this triggering something deep within him about his own childhood and how he was when he was a child and growing up in the royal circle? So maybe he has some kind of feeling and understanding of how Meghan and Harry feel. But with the Emperor card there, I would say the sympathy is quite short-lived. He knows they've been trying to balance things. He's known that they've been trying to do things their way and balance things out. And he's been trying to work with them, but that has left now. He's changed tactics. Again, this is all about the finances and how they support themselves. This is less about, when we're getting reading the Queen's response, it was lots of cups. Charles knows that this is more about money and more about status than it is about emotional bonds and where they want to be and how they feel secure. Okay, let me have a look, see what the rest of the cards say. So, where's this headspace at? Oof, got the King of Wands. He's very... When we've got the two people here representing Charles, and he's focused. This has really focused his mind. Yeah, he might be having these little bits of tinglings to his own childhood and some sympathies. Do not get him wrong, this man is very focused and very passionate about what he's doing, and he's ready. He is braced for talking to them and thrashing out deals and thrashing out where they want to go, but he's very passionate about it, and he's been come across as very fiery about it. Again, we've got the Knight of Wands there, what's surrounding him. The Knight of Wands was what the Queen had surrounding her. Again, this is like not surrounding her, crossing her, and this, well, her position of how she was thinking, and she's very much, this is very much how he's seeing Harry and Meghan. He's seeing them as just rushing on in, being too passionate, being too fiery about it, being too thin-skinned about it, and reacting, and that's what's surrounding about it, and he's trying to rein it all in a bit. Hopes and fears, he thinks there's some sneaky behaviour going on, guys. That's no ifs and buts about it. He does think that there is trickery and that there is games afoot, and he's very fearful of it. He thinks they're being taken for a ride. There is some gut instinct there that they are being taken for a ride with these two. And I think the Queen is going to be stepping away from this a little bit. She's going to be kind of, because I got the Ten of Cups there in this position, Charles is going to be having a fight. We're getting a lot of Wands energy here. Charles is going to be having a bit of a fight backwards and forwards with these, with regards to PR, with regards to positioning, with regards to power grabs. So we're going to see a lot of fighting, a lot more battering of each other verbally and positioning, and we're going to see more of kind of upstaging Kate's birthday, upstaging William's Earth Initiative. We're going to see a lot of those games still being played out, but Charles is aware it's going on, so there's a big difference, and he's just going to sit back and watch them. Say, okay, you do you. We've got this almost the detachment of the Seven of Pentacles. You do you, and I'm going to sit back and watch how you grow, and watch how you do, and watch how you develop. So these positions can change. This is just their energy for right now. I would say he's seething, but he's like, everyone has slept on it, and he's got the Emperor energy there. So yeah, very, 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 very interesting. So there you go. That's my two really quick readings on how the two senior members of the royal family are feeling, the Queen and Prince Charles, and how they got on with last night. I think they're both probably still in shock because there isn't definites within the cards necessarily, but this can be tangible, this can move, so we could check back on how they're doing in a few weeks, and their position might have firmed up. We might be getting more Emperor energy. This is all very happening quite quickly, so this is quite an interesting story to be following. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for being here. Thank you all for your support and everything, and I shall see you on the next video. Take care of yourselves. Bye bye now.